In this video, we're quickly going to review cellular respiration and photosynthesis. We reviewed cellular respiration a lot during anatomy, but just to make sure you're confident about it going in, here's a quick review of those two concepts. Cellular respiration, by definition, is just the process where nutrients like glucose are broken apart in order to release energy in the form of ATP. Things to remember from our anatomy unit is that we breathe in oxygen and out carbon dioxide. If you think about those things, you probably won't mess up the order of things in cellular respiration. Recall the equation for cellular respiration. So cellular respiration is what we do in order to make energy. In other words, we take in glucose and oxygen, and what we make as a result is carbon dioxide, water, and ATP, or energy. We're really only trying to make energy when we do cellular respiration, but you can't help but make carbon dioxide and water at the same time. Think of it as if you're making dinner, you're not trying to also make dirty dishes, but whenever you make dinner, you also end up with dirty dishes. Last important thing to remember about cellular respiration is where it takes place. Cellular respiration takes place in the mitochondria. If we can think about the function of mitochondria, which was to make energy, then we can say, how is the mitochondria doing this function? It's doing it by being the place where cellular respiration happens. This is a somewhat useful representation of cellular respiration and photosynthesis that we'll come back to. For now, it's important to just see that oxygen and glucose are going into the mitochondria, and as a result, it's giving off carbon dioxide and water and making energy. Next, we'll talk about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process that plants use to change the sun's energy into food that they can use. Remember from our unit on ecology that plants are autotrophs, which mean they make their own food. How do they do that? Photosynthesis. Things that might help you remember the equation for photosynthesis is that you know that all plants need to be watered and they also need sunlight. Without these things, they would die, and the reason they would die is actually because they just wouldn't be able to make their own food through photosynthesis. The last thing we're going to go over is the equation for photosynthesis. You'll notice it's the exact opposite as the equation for cellular respiration. Plants take in carbon dioxide we breathe out, plus water and sunlight, and as a result, they give off oxygen that we're going to breathe in, and they're able to grow because they've made glucose to eat. At this point, you should be fairly confident with both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. If you're not, rewatch this video or ask me questions.